Cậy có cái thế hào anh có phụ thuộc vào cái dia của phụ nè phụ ô yêu họ một cầu barang ya kakao mo ito phụ à các cái tem nó màu phim này cái tổ trái màu phim màu tổ kia đi vào cả biết tục phải làm mai biết mấy cầu để họ cả ấy nè phụ ông bị phụ cái họ quát không ngah phụ nó tạo phiền này cũng ngah Kugi mau ngapa ngai ai mau tol guna mau fang ata. Pero la vai pe makakai an fakatau ya.
We're here on a scientific expedition with the Blue Latitudes Foundation to research and better understand the relationship between the Tongan people and the humpback whales here. We decided to come down to Tonga because here we've got this incredible ecotourism operation meeting with one of the most sensitive forms of the environment, humpback whale breeding ground, a nursery ground for these whales. So we wanted to ask the question, is that relationship actually sustainable?
The Blue Lagoon Resort, it's an eco resort, trying to minimize all the plastic, the single-use plastic. So it's a resort run by a little local family, so I'm one of them.
We are sitting at an island in Tonga at the Pacific. Tonga is a magical place. It's pretty much untouched. A lot of things you can do here.
Tonga is a beautiful little country in the Pacific. So magical and good to come over and swim with humpback whales, get some kava and enjoy.
Chase whales in the open ocean.
These brothers, they've been our whale tour guides essentially this whole time, driving the boats.
The baby fluke there.
Taking us out to the whales, guiding us in the water with the whales, and also teaching us about the local population here. And these brothers that work and live here at the Blue Lagoon are potentially the face of the new generation of conservation here in Tonga. And they are one of the few licensed tour guides that are actually Tongan.
Whoa!
Swimming with whales it's like being on a safari but underwater. With an animal, you're close up, they're massive, and you never really know what type of characteristics you're gonna get. Some are shy and sink to the bottom, some are super playful, come up, look you in the eye. It's a really cool experience.
It just was my first time hopping in the water with them. You know how gentle they are, how humongous they are, but such a gentle animal, you know.
I don't know, you gotta come and do it to know the experience. It's just mind-blowing and was pretty amazing. I was so shocked, like, whoa, so huge. You know?
The humpback whale is the size of a bus with a 3 meters long wing on the side.
And if you earn their trust, they will let you closer and closer.
And having the calf, comes shooting up to the surface, and they have blue eyes and they lock eyes with you. They're watching you, and they get so close to you, but they know exactly where you are in the water, and they won't hit you. You have the sensation of, being the other kids in the schoolyard, and the whale comes up to play with you before going back down to check in with mom to make sure everything's okay. And honestly, we have as much fun as the whale calf, I think. Swimming with the humpback whales here in Tonga is one of the most human interactions I've ever experienced in the natural environment. It's almost like you can relate to all the emotions that you're witnessing.
That was unreal.
What we found is that it's more complicated than we thought. Not only is ecotourism something that doesn't occur year-round, it's only when the humpback whales are here, but it's also, from that sense, not sustainable, because then you're unemployed for 7-8 months of the year.
So for our income, for our now pretty much it's come from whale watching. Pretty much I would say maybe pretty much 100% out of it.
Here in Tonga, because ecotourism is so hyper-focused on the whales and they're only here for such a short season, there are bound to be some issues that arise from that. And we went to the town of Vava'u to get some answers.
Our economy, especially from tourism, is very vulnerable, because if the whales don't come here anymore, what's next? Are we prepared for that? I know in the last 10 years since I've been here, there was a lot of complaints from some of the people who own restaurants and also accommodation. They said that basically what the whale watching season have done to their business is narrowing down the season to only effectively 3 to 4 months. In the early days, in the 70s, 80s, 90s, literally it was all year round for them. So what they do, they have to manage and budget to be able to operate the whole year. So a lot of the small businesses that I found around here in Vava'u will only operate for them, close the business, go overseas, work, and then come back, reopen.
But over here, when low season is, I go to Tonga. It's a village where my mom comes from.
In Tonga, is everybody is so much caring, and they respect for who you are, and everybody's so lovable there. So there's no place like Tonga for me.
A lot of the Tonga people during season or low season, they go to overseas, to Australia, New Zealand, picking fruits. They get a little bit of income there and come and help with their family in the island.
Điều này tao vui vui, nó có cái vui, thằng ngắm mai đi cái màu tô vẫn còn phẳng ở ta, cái con tôm này tao phải hiểu, ai có cái màu tô biết ông tới ông biết cả tôi cả cái hết, nó có cái màu ngà kia, cái biết cái hạt tôi nè rồi, phơi phơi ngà biết cái cái rồi, ok, cái ta phải ngà, con mẹ biết cái vaka biết cái tôm này ăn cái tô phá, tai nhiều. Vàng tại vậy, mình đi mà luôn phải cái toko varu, ao đi phải biểu ao toko pha béo, cái phải biết vàng tại, phải vàng cái cũng phải học cả, vàng lại, ika mà bên này cái defa phải học cái học quá, cái học bé qua parpare mấy con mẹ bên đây cũng ngari ông rồi phải nào Matador qua con mẹ bên nào ngoại nào phải ngắm mali ai nào tổ vui rồi ngày qua cả một mẹ nó để xịt rồi mà
I can probably say there are too many licenses. All right, there are too many licenses at present, and I think there's also issues because most of the whale watching licenses are foreign owned. Very few is owned by Tongans. More, probably 70% was owned by foreigners. you know, but then this is the other side of the view. But at the same time, most of all the skippers, all the tour guide in the whale watching businesses are local Tongans.
During the season, the hard parts is everybody's out there like plenty boats. And then the hard part is you have to be there early to get the whale before some other boats on the whale. There's 23 operators and most of them have like 2 boats. It's very sad to see it because we want the whales to come every year. Like, because this is for us, our business and life, you know.
Until you finish your 1.5 hour and you think the whale will have a rest, but not, they hop straight in. And that is one of the hardest part, just to try to give the whales a break too. You know?
More people come here for photographer and stuff like that, and they're trying to harass the whale, so I'm watching pretty much if they can stop the licensing, just cut it down, try to make it less.
Yeah, there's one word called Faka'apa'apa in Tonga. It's very important. That's one of the important things here in Tonga. Is Faka'apa'apa is respect. Like, you always, doesn't matter if you're wrong or right, you can't talk bad back to your dad or mom or somebody older than you. You know that's how respectful here in Tonga. I do feel respect to the whales.
If the whales don't come back one year, I think that it could very easily just fall apart. I think ecotourism here is kind of vulnerable because it's only relying on one thing, and that's if the whales come.